You've probably heard the old saying that says, may you live in interesting times. At first glance, it sounds like a blessing. In reality, it's a polite curse because interesting times usually mean chaos, change, and big decisions you'd rather avoid. And guess what? We're smack in the middle of interesting times, aren't we? Mortgage rates, they're shifting daily. Home prices, they have found their footing and making higher highs. Rent prices, blazing ahead, not waiting for anybody. It is tempting to hit the pause button, to sit tight and hope for a clearer, easier tomorrow. But here's the truth nobody tells you. The people who thrive in uncertain times aren't the ones who wait. They are the ones who plan. And in 2025, planning could be the smartest financial move you'll make this decade. Welcome to episode 215 of the Martini Mortgage Podcast, which is called Renting versus Buying, the 2025 Perspective. Now, before I break down renting versus buying and why thinking smarter now could set you up for a big win later, I need to make those compliance people happy. So, I'm Kevin Martini, a certified mortgage advisor and producing branch manager, NMLS 143962, with the Martini Mortgage Group at Gold Star Mortgage Financial Group Corporation, NMLS 3446, Equal Housing Lender. This podcast is here to inform, educate, and entertain, not to provide legal or professional advice. Okay, with that out of the way, let's be real. When the world feels shaky, waiting feels responsible, safe, maybe even smart. Spoiler alert, waiting has a cost, especially when it comes to real estate. Every month you rent instead of own, you're paying 100% interest and building 0% equity. Meanwhile, home values have a history of recovering and growing, even during and after turbulence. The people who win aren't the ones who wait for the perfect timing. They're the ones who spend time in the market, not timing the market. If you're renting without a plan, you're not just standing still, you're falling behind. Let's crush the myth right now. Money in real estate isn't made when you sell. It's made when you buy. Yes, you heard me right, and I think it's actually worth repeating. Money in real estate is made when you buy, not when you sell. The price you lock in today, that's the launch pad for your future wealth. If you wait too long and jump into a bidding war, your long-term upside shrinks. If you buy smart today while others hesitate, you'll set yourself for a win. And the best deals, they are not new construction with inflated prices. They're in the resale arena, where motivated sellers, negotiation opportunities, and better locations are just simply hiding in plain sight. This is your window if you know where to look. Let me be clear. You don't need a 20% down payment. You don't need a 780 credit score either. Nor do you need to be at your job for 2 years. What you need is a plan. Let's talk real numbers. In most cities across America, rent has outpaced inflation. That affordable $1,800 rent you locked in 3 years ago, today is closer to $2,400 and climbing. Meanwhile, mortgage payments, while impacted by rates, can offer a locked-in rate for 30 years. Again, renting is 100% interest. With rent, you have no equity. With rent, you have no control. With rent, you have no tax benefits. Owning is stability. Owning is predictability. Home ownership is equity growth and wealth building. The longer you rent, the longer you're investing in someone else's future, not your own. Let me hit it even harder. Rent isn't safe. It's expensive. Action beats anxiety, always. But mortgage rates are high right now, some people tell me. And they are a little bit elevated from where they've been in the early 20s. But they've settled. And I get it. But here's the perspective that changed everything. You marry the house, you date your rate. Rates can and will change. You can refinance later. You can't go back and buy your dream home at yesterday's prices. If you find the right home today, with the right plan, you win. If rates fall, great, you refinance. If rates rise, you're protected, while the next buyer scrambles. I've seen it again and again. The cost of waiting is almost always greater than the cost of acting wisely now. The world says, get your finances perfect before you buy. The market says, I won't wait. The truth? Timing the market doesn't beat preparing for it. Here's the Kevin Martini secret. You don't need perfect timing. You need a plan. Here's what a plan looks like. You know your numbers, so there's no guesswork. You have a real comfort zone. You have a same as cash approval from the Martini Mortgage Group. Yes, skip the pre-qual. Get serious and know before you owe. Prioritize wisely. In other words, know your must-haves versus your nice-to-haves. Target resale homes. This is where the hidden value hides. And if you want to find a motivated seller, simply look for a for sale sign. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need a massive down payment. You don't need to max out your budget. A smart plan is greater than a big down payment every time. Because 5 years from now, you're either going to say, I'm glad that I started when I did, or I wish I had started sooner. Here's the reality. Times will always be interesting. Markets shift, rates move, news swirls. The smartest move is the people that look for their future. They're made by people who think for their future, not just react to the present. Today, market isn't a reason for you to freeze. It's an invitation to think sharper, maybe move smarter, and own your future. Thanks for being here today. If this resonated with you, hit the like, subscribe, and drop your biggest question about buying a home in 25. I'm here to help. My name is Kevin Martini, and I'm not just a mortgage broker. I'm a certified mortgage advisor who takes a fiduciary approach to your future. Your best interests are my best interest. If you're ready to start mapping your plan and you want a confidential, complimentary conversation, call me at 919-238-4934, and let's build your future together. Your future self is already high-fiving me. Let's make them proud. Again, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for sharing your time and listening to the Martini Mortgage Podcast. Please share this episode with someone you care about who may benefit from it. Again, my name is Kevin Martini, and you can reach me by dialing 919-238-4934.